guys, hope you're all okay. Right, so today's video, or tonight's video, I said I was going to do a review of Path to Glory, which is the follow-on from Skirmish. It's not meant to be a follow-on, they're not meant to be separate games, but it says in the Skirmish book that you can basically come on from Skirmish, move on to Path to Glory, and eventually onto the main Age of Sigmar, which is currently the General's Handbook, 2017. So, what I've done is, I've built up a little Skirmish warband. I'm going to show you the Skirmish warband from stage 1 right through to where you've completed your campaign, which is set over like 10 battles. And I'll show you it getting built up. And then what we'll do then is I'll just show you the transition that's used to move into Path to Glory, and how you would take some of that army over to Path to Glory. And even though Skirmish is brilliant, really good, and it looks like Path to Glory is good as well, the best thing about them is the fact that you get it's a way to have a reason. I've said it in the previous video about Skirmish. It's a reason to get you painting, and it's also absolutely fantastic for to get your family into it, especially your kids, because it's little baby steps, you know what I mean? It's just get a little warband built up, and then eventually Path to Glory focuses on like the box sets. So you could move straight into Path to Glory and buy a box set and start that way, but Skirmish is just so easy to pick up, and then the transition, I think it would be a funner transition if you were getting, you know, like your family into it. So I'm going to flip it around and I'm going to show you the start of the warband. And this warband here, I've deliberately picked a completely unpainted warband. I've got dwarves painted up. I've got, you know, pretty much, you know, I've got miniatures all painted up, warriors there painted up. But the way I'm doing it is, the dwarves are my sons. It's a way for me to paint and do units that I haven't already painted. I'm going to focus on thunderers and miners on this, and it's just a way to get me to paint up stuff that I normally wouldn't paint up. I normally wouldn't play thunderers, to be honest, because the rules for quarrels are so good. If you take them in bulk, you get to get bonuses with them, but because this is just a little Skirmish game, it's a reason to not just have them sat in a box. Eventually they'll be painted up, added to the collection. So I'll show you basically what your starting Skirmish army would start like, and what it would finish like on an average. Basically you would start, it suggests starting with 25 honour or renown, or whatever it's called. That's not enough really. You need about 30 renown. That's the point system you use. Instead of using points, you use renown. So you start with 30, and then the way it works is, if you get a major victory, you get 10 renown. Minor victory, you get 8. A draw, you get 7, and a loss, you get 6. So even on a loss, you're still getting points to buy. Like, this renown is bringing people to your throne type of thing. And I've worked out basically that if you started with 30 points, you got an average of between 70 to 75, and that's based on 4 minor victories, 4 losses, a draw and a major victory. Works out about 73 points. So all in all, you're getting somewhere between 100 and 105 points to spend with them type of averages. So I've built up an army to show you what that final cost would get you to transition over to Path to Glory. So what I'm going to do, I'll show you the initial starting band. I'll camera down in a second. I'll just set this up. I'll set this up, guys, and then I'll do the different angle. But while I'm there, just quickly, I did a little video. That's an iPad there. That's my little device that I made earlier, just to show you when I'm going table down. I'm not going to go quite table down yet, guys. I'm going to just spin it round and show you the warband. So, 1 second, guys. Okay, guys, so this is our Dwarf Cogsmith Bulgar Iverson, and he's leading a little war band of 5 Thunderers. Now, even though you've got like a sergeant there, and you know your hornblower and your standard bearer, in the skirmish rules, they're just all 5 Thunderers. But what this does by using these, it's starting your actual unit that you would use in a proper army composition. So get them painted up anyway if you've got them. These here are pretty much, they've had the base colours put on and they've been washed. That's it so far. He obviously hasn't been touched, just base coated, and I've painted that grey, and he's just been base coated full stop. So that's what you would start with. Each of them are 2 points, and he is 20 renown and 2 renown each, 30 renown, which is what you would start with for skirmish. Now I'll quickly show you your final throng you would have before you moved on to Path to Glory, and this is minus a runesmith. But what I'll do is I'll put on my warden to represent the runesmith, and then this will show you the type of throng you would have to move into Path to Glory. So 1 second, guys. Okay, guys. So that's after the 10 battles on an average win-loss ratio. This guy isn't actually a Warden King. This is representing a Rune Lord. That works out 102 points. You've got your you've got the gyrocopter at the back in the sub-assembly phase at the minute, because half of these need painting up. The only things that are finished there is the Warden King and the Warriors. Most need pretty much painted from scratch. He needs loads doing to him. But as I say, it's a reason to get some of the units you maybe wouldn't normally paint, get their brush to miniature, you know what I mean? So this is what I would be taking over to Path to Glory, because in skirmish you're not allowed to take like monster units or artillery pieces. The only things you can take is you can take gyrocopters, things like that. But yeah, and then now we'll move on. I'll leave this video here. This is just like a warm-up to get into Path to Glory, and then I'm going to do another video straight after showing you how you would integrate this into a new Path to Glory army. So I'll see you in a bit, guys. Bye bye.